What happens when a metropolis has no policeman, no fireman? Montreal found out last night. Good evening, I'm David Knapp. Montreal's police and firemen walked off the job for 16 hours yesterday. Canada's metropolis was thrown into a state of shock and confusion. The 5,000 men from both departments left work in protest over arbitration board reports on new contracts with the city. They were unhappy and felt they had been given a raw deal. Montrealers managed to cope with the situation, although bank robberies doubled, and until evening, everything seemed to be going fine. Then, as night fell, 200 Montreal cab drivers, taking advantage of a policeless city, used the occasion to demonstrate against Murray Hill limousine service over a long-standing dispute regarding that company's exclusive airport pickup rights. It was this demonstration that resulted in Montreal's Night of Terror. After causing considerable damage to Murray Hill, the demonstrating cabbies, who by this time had given way to young members of left-wing separatist political groups, started their rampage through the center of the city. The mob swung through the downtown shopping district, hitting hotels, looting stores, and stretching their trail of broken glass as far as the St. Lawrence main district. Scores of shop owners who had closed up earlier in the evening returned to find the shops in ruins. Most waited out the night to protect those stocks that hadn't been stolen by the vandals. Even Mayor Jean Drapeau's newly opened restaurant was hit by the mob. We'll have more on that a little later. Some shop owners had taken precautions. One jeweler took diamonds and other expensive jewelry out of the windows before closing time last night. As the vandals continued ransacking the stores, no one could find a policeman in sight. Montreal police officers were still considering whether to heed a government order and return to work immediately. When police finally resumed control, 108 people had been arrested. 2 people, including a provincial police corporal, were dead, and about 20 people injured. The damage toll stands unofficially at $2 million. Among the people injured during the rioting, this Quebec provincial policeman. He was trapped by a gang of rioters, beaten up. He was taken to hospital, to the emergency unit. Shortly before dawn, heavily armed police swung back into action. They chased 3 men carrying high-powered rifles. The chase ended with the arrest of the trio and the seizure of rifles and a shotgun. This action took place near an arms store, which had been broken into by rioters. Late yesterday afternoon, Quebec Premier Bertrand called for the aid of the army. A company of Vandus arrived from Camp Valcartier near Quebec City shortly after midnight, too late to stop the violence that had already taken place. Today, they were placed on duty around the city's main public buildings and will continue that duty until further notice. Right now, here's how one St. Catherine Street downtown businessman reacted to losing most of his stock.
I got a phone call. I come down here. All the windows were all smashed to pieces. All the goods were taken. They haven't come into the store yet. And then we started to clean up here, and then I heard a big mob around Morgan's and hollering and screaming, windows smashing and everything. So I told the boys, let's lock the store and get out of here, let them do whatever they want, you know. So we went around the corner, around the Times Square, you know, up the street, and we heard smashing, and I saw people carrying my goods, my lease stuff in my pants, up Blurry Street. And I said, hey, you guys, lay off my store, and I was even afraid to take the goods if they think that I was a looter, you know. Then we came back, and this window was smashed into the store, and they started taking stuff all around the store.
Is it true that one of your neighbors was armed and really scared?
Oh, yeah, he held them right off. Nobody came to him, the Normandy restaurant. He had that gun, and nobody come to him. It's 2 ways. And he held that Budapest shop right next door, too.
And there's a lesson in it for you, I think, huh?
I'm not a gunman. Let him handle the guns, and he has a lot of guts, that's all I can tell you. He stood right there.